Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Star Blast Studios coming here with a brand new figure review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the highly anticipated Dragon Ball Super Broly Gogeta Super Saiyan Blue. And I gotta say, for starters, this is probably one of the most anticipated figures I have wanted to get in this year of 2019, and I gotta say, I am very, very pleased with it. So let's get straight into it. So the detail on this Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta is absolutely done really well. I feel like with Tamashi Nations, they usually had up until this point, they've had a very hard time with actually getting the colors right for Super Saiyan Blue. And I gotta say that this color is absolutely accurate to what we saw in the film. Like just the blue on there, the metallic the metallic finish that they put on this is absolutely outstanding. I love how they handled the blue on this Gogeta. The way that they handled the vest, it is absolutely not an issue. Like I know if you guys have the H.Figuarts Go tanks, you'll know how annoying the vest is, especially with the paint apps. There is a kind of a little bit of teeny tiny bit of bleeding right there on the very top part, but you know, nothing too bad at all whatsoever. It's actually done really well, and there is no issues really with the paint as far as I can see. I really love how they sculpted out his chest right here and all the muscles around it. I think they just absolutely knocked it out of the ballpark. The little stash right here is done really well with the belt and the pants. All around, I think they actually put, oh yeah, you can tell that they actually did put a little bit of shading right there on the pants, which absolutely looks fantastic. They didn't put any on the skin tone or anything, but that's kind of something we've expected with H.Figuarts, and it's not really anything too bad. The boot right here, absolutely well done, no problems at all. Overall, just a really cool figure. There is one thing I do need to point out, and this is something that happened before I actually filmed the review. So, on this foot specifically, when I got it, when I was posing around the figure after taking it out of the box, this entire portion right here, just like where the blue is, it just like this entire thing just came out, and it was because I guess I had a factory issue where they forgot to put some glue in that specific area, so I had to put some glue in on my own. But the problem was, you know, it wasn't applied very right on my part, where the glue what happened was the glue kind of got on the outside, it solidified, and I went into there to kind of go and scratch it off, and I scratched off a little bit of the paint, got scratched off a little bit right there. So that is a bit of a bummer, but you know, that has nothing to do with the figure. It's just like it was a small issue with the figure that I feel I only got on my copy that could have been handled a lot better on my end with the glue. But other than that, there's really no issues right there. I will say that getting into the accessories, you do get like this basic face, and there is a bit. The problem I'm having with this though is only with just this face, and the issue that I'm talking about is just the length of his nose. Now, just on this specific face, the nose actually kind of is pretty. It's a pretty long nose just on this face, and in some poses it really does kind of stand out. You kind of have to have him in like a certain angle, like this, so it doesn't really bother you. So comparing it to this face, which is the smirking face, I actually really like this face a lot more. You kind of got to get the faces kind of right next to each other to like see the length of the nose right there. Yeah, obviously the nose for some reason just came out a whole lot longer on this face than it did on all of my other faces. Whoops, a piece of my background actually just came off. Don't mind that. And then as for the other, but yeah, the smirking face, actually probably my favorite face out of all the faces. And then you got this yelling, screaming face, which honestly I think they definitely captured the highly expressive facial features that Gogeta had from the Broly movie. I love how they kind of they're making the faces way more expressive how they usually do. It definitely matches Shintani's style. And the way you want to remove the faces is you got to take off the front right there, and then, you know, You can just take whatever face you want, plug it back into there, and you know, there you go. And as for the accessories, we do get a couple of fists, which you already see on the figure, and then we get a couple of martial arts style hands. You know, you kind of get them on any Goku figure. You'll know, you know what they're all about. You do get a pair of Kamehameha type hands, or Gallic Gun type hands. And then you get a pair of open palm blasting hands. Whoops. There you go. Just your standard hands. No instant transmissions hands, which honestly, it's not a big deal. I feel like they should have included it, but you know, it's not anything to really be upset about at all. And then you do get a base form head, which honestly I love. I just love this base form head a lot more than I do with the Super Saiyan Blue head. To me, it's just, I don't know what it is about it, but it's just like having this head on there. It just makes the figure feel a lot more legendary, for lack of a better term. It just makes it feel a lot cooler, if I'm totally honest. It's probably because of my love for the Broly movie, and you know, having Gogeta in the base form like that, it's really nice. But that's it for all the accessories. I think the main factor that this figure has advantages and disadvantages in is the articulation. So let's get right into it. So the head is on your standard ball hinge kind of joint that goes into there, and the way that the head actually fits over the joint, it does kind of go, you know, the peg kind of does go a bit far into it, which does kind of hinder it, but at the same time it keeps the head leveled onto the actual neck a bit more. I wish they could have found a little bit of a better way to get some more room, because the articulation on this, like you just can't get Gogeta to look up at all. You can get his that's his neck articulation that's going side to side, but you know how the thing goes. You have that kind of issue where it's just like if you make him look down a little bit, you know, that the faceplate pops off. It's not as bad as Gotenks, where it just like it totally falls off. It keeps it snug in there, but it's just like you can actually like get it so that he looks down without the face actually coming off, but it's still kind of a bit of a problem right there with the actual thing. But the head gets just a lot of movement right there. It's just like you're still gonna have those problems with getting him to look up. That's how I think. Other than that, it's just like it's pretty expressive. The arms, they go out really, really far, and I think you can kind of get him to essentially kind of hug himself, almost. You can kind of get him into, like, if you position these in the right way, you can probably get him in like a proper crossed arms. I think I've actually done it and showed it to my friends already. These things right here are articulated, as you can see. They're just stuck. They're just inserted into there with like a ball peg. It goes into the socket on the back of the shoulder. And for the actual and the butterfly joint actually helps him like get a lot of range, so it's actually really helpful. You can see that there's a pin right there, but you know, no big deal. You do get a bicep swivel right there at the right there at the arm. You do get a double jointed elbow, but the range on there is it's just barely above 90 degrees. I know that they had the potential to kind of bring their arms a little bit higher. Not that big of a problem though. I can let that one slide. You do get a wrist swivel and hinge that is at that joint where like you kind of do on all your figures from H.Figuarts. As for the ab crunch, he does go with both joints this far forward. I love how they went and sculpted as much of the back area as much as possible, so that when you articulate it, there's like more detail right there. But getting him to go back, you can see that there is a little bit of gapping right there. So you just kind of got to leave it like that, and until that point, you really just he's not really going that far back at all. So you know, it is what it is. You do get he does swivel right there at the waist. You can bring, now this is the part where Gogeta I think absolutely shines in the articulation. So other than the piece right here kind of moving, this man's legs goes up really, really far. And you can get it to go up even farther if you twist the joint right here. And yeah, you can get Gogeta to be kicking really, really high in a lot of very, very good poses. Very impressed with the amount of leg articulation on this Gogeta. He goes out to the sides, and he can essentially do this almost. Not sure if he's doing this. No, yeah, he's absolutely almost doing the splits. Very far out, very good movement right there. I love how much articulation it has. Get a thigh swivel right there, double jointed knees, no articulation right there, but you know, you're not really gonna need it. Foot goes down, you know, this far, goes up that much, and you get, you know, a solid ankle pivot. And that's about it for the articulation. So, for the end of the video, here's the size comparisons. Let me just get Gogeta right there in a proper position right there. Okay, so here he is. And here is my Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku with the custom hairpiece. Here is my very first Gogeta custom right here. And this Gogeta served me well, very well when I first got it, and it was very good when I used it, but it's heavily outdated now, and I think a repaint of this one to make it a Fusion Reborn will absolutely be necessary. Here he is with the H.Figuarts Piccolo, with the custom cape from Daredevil 19, which, by the way, Daredevil 19, I'm still loving this cape. What a fantastic cape this is. Here he is next to the Figuarts Android 17. And then I think that is just about enough for the size comparisons. I'll have a size comparison with him next to Broly fairly soon in the next review of Broly. So anyway, guys, that's about it. Hope you all enjoyed the review. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the comments section. Until then.